I want this comment to be the foundation of this particular video. And inspector here is saying, all billionaires are homeowners, but content creators in Kenya are busy telling us don't build a house in your rural area. Let me first acknowledge that inspector is right. Every billionaire owns a home. Now, as a matter of fact, these people do not own a single home. I will hear someone have a home in Kitare, maybe where they come from. They have a home in Karen, where they reside, where in Nairobi, and they have a home in one of the coastal town. Maybe that is their holiday home or something, and that is true. So from the word go, this comment is right. Now, what I want us to put into context is that part where content creators are very busy advising people not to build not to build homes in their rural areas. And the video on which this comment appeared, I posed an argument or a proposal that don't build that dream house too early. Don't build that dream house too early. Instead, build just a comfortable home and direct the other resources other resources to investment that will give you income, that will give you some cash flow. So now, as far as this argument is correct, that billionaires have homes in their rural areas, and we have agreed that they own homes in different parts of this country or world, but did they spend their first million to build their home in the rural area? But did they use their first million to try and make another million? So if I was given a chance to ask them a question, that is the very question that I would ask. Then the other thing to note is that not every line of thought can apply to everyone. So when we are saying that don't build your rural house, okay, my point was not even about rural house. When it comes to rural house, that is also another different story. But when I said that don't build that dream house too early, why don't you think about yourself in the situation where you are, rather than rushing to think about that billionaire who is already stable? Because for someone to be a billionaire, it means that they have very many sources of income. Why do you get to rush to think about that person? So any line of thought that you hear in social media, there's advice that will never apply to you. There's no single line of thought or advice you'll never that will ever apply to everyone, to everyone the same. So our situations are different, our financial scenarios are different. So there's no single advice that will apply to everyone. So there's the category of people that that theory of not building their luxurious mansion too early would fit to. So, and I think for me, this is the class of people that I would say such advice should apply, or this is the class of people who should consider this kind of advice. Now you start making some money, and maybe let's say even you make your first million, and kitu inakuchocha, hiyo pesa inaweza tosha kujenga, but you get to realize that along the way, naonanga post watu wakisema kuna pahali nyumba inafikanga inaanza kuongea kizungu. Kifika pale kwa finishing, inafika pahali inaanza kuongea kizungu. So you might find yourself that you started the construction journey of building your house. Maybe the money you had did not manage to complete the house. So what option did you have? You had to go for a loan. And so you have a completed house, you will have your dream house, but you have entered another hole of debt. Or let's say the money you had managed to complete the house you wanted, but you are left without anything. Like, that is the only thing that you are left owning. That house that is not giving you any income is the only thing that you are left owning. So this is the kind of people that I would prefer they consider the line of thought of not struggling so much to build that luxurious mansion and leaving them flat when it comes to finances. They are the people who I think would consider the line of thought of building quite a comfortable house, not a luxurious mansion, but a modest house, a comfortable house, then directing part of their other resources to investment that brings cash flow, to investment that bring them income. So that is the kind of people that might consider such advice or such line of thought. Otherwise, there are people who are already established. There are people who are able to make millions and billions deals maybe at once. They have the liberty of building a house in their rural home, a house in where they think they could be born from, a house where they would want to live in the future, because maybe they have plenty that they will do all that and still get some money that they will put in avenues that will keep them generating income. But don't use all your money to build a house, then you are left flat when it comes to finances. So we are not saying that people don't get to build houses. The content creators are not busy advising you not to build a house in your rural area, but they are just giving you a different train of thought of, okay, it's a good idea, it's a good achievement, but is it the best decision that that you can make at that particular time given your financial situation? And now that this comment has mentioned a rural home, try and convince me why I would take some few millions and go build a house in a rural area, a place that I'll just visit maybe a few days in a year, and I take a few millions and go and construct a house there. What about if I put this? I just build a modest house that can accommodate me for the few days that I'll be in that rural area. Then the rest of the money, place them in avenues or investment that will bring in cash flows. But the problem is that we tend to deal with financial situations emotionally sometimes. You want to build a house in the village so that you can create a notion of success. You want to build in a rural house so that your primary math teacher who told you that you'll not go anywhere can see that you went anywhere. You went somewhere. You want to build a house in the rural area so that that neighbor who said that your family cannot succeed, you want to prove them wrong that you succeeded. You want to build a rural home because that has been the norm in your village. The moment someone goes and gets some money and the first thing that they'll think about is coming back home and constructing a home and constructing a house, then going back to whatever they are doing, but at least they have left a structure. And that is so common even with people in the forces. I don't know. I don't know, but that is the first thing that they do. The first time they pass out from the training, I am sure I think they get some credit facilities. And for your information, the bank is okay. Their credit score is so high when it comes to credit facilities, so they are able to get some good loans, and they go back home and construct some houses, and maybe they create a they create a nini, they create a picture of success. But I think if we can have a mentality change, because if we don't have a mentality change, uh, will the middle class problems will remain to be the same generation after generation if we insist going the way of taking all that we have and putting them in a house, without considering another school of thought. Then generation after generation, the middle class problems will remain to be the same. So my idea is that maybe we can change the narrative, by considering other lines of thought, lining up ourselves in the theory of having more assets than the liabilities, focusing on having more assets in our earlier years. Then we can then it is those assets that will provide income that we use as expenses in the future. Otherwise, if we continue doing the same way, if we continue doing things the way we found our parents doing them, our elder sisters doing them, then the narrative and the problems of the middle class people will remain to be the same, because it is only a mad person who does things the same way and gets to expect a different result.